34 right here. He pulls in right here between the white lines. His crew comes over that little blue wall, and in 13 seconds, he's got 4 new tires, full tank of gas, and got his windshield cleaned and ready. This area right up there on the very top, that's for the spotters. Y'all know what that is, don't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's where the spotters are, right up there. This is the front of that place I was just telling you about. And looking at that Goodyear, I failed to tell you, the big boys use the Goodyear tires. I used to think they'd go out and buy their racing tires like I go buy cop tires for my car. But there's a Goodyear truck that comes out Monday morning of race week, loaded with tires, mounted and everything, ready to go on the cars. They lease those tires from Goodyear for $400 a piece. When the race is over Sunday afternoon, all the tires go back to the Goodyear truck. They're loaded, go back to their plant in South Carolina, and the tires are examined as they come off the truck. They check them to see if anything could have went wrong or didn't go wrong, or could they do different. And then they are cut up and burned and remolded, so they what's that word I'm looking for? Recycle. They recycle that stuff. Y'all could have a tire on your car now that's made out of the rubber that was on one of these race cars. Then, of course, right here, that building on the very top up there, that's where NASCAR and ESPN officials are during the race. And you see that box right there, you know that's where the guy stands with that flag. Here's the start-finish line painted all the way across here. This is for the media, for the news people. That's where they do the pictures and the sports people and all right up there. You hear that? Sounds like somebody needs to take it out and run it. That's the other party area. I showed you the one on the other end. Now I told you that the track was 2.6. The front stretch is 4,400 feet long. Then you see where it starts coming up at an angle right here. The highest point down here is 33 degrees. What is Daytona?
33.
I thought Talladega was the highest.
The turn 1 and 2 are 33 at Daytona. 3 and 4 are like 28 degrees. They're lower.
We're 33 at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Holy cow.
See right there, that while ago we were talking about me doing 80 on the interstate.
Wow.
You have got to be doing at least 80 to 85 to even stay up there.
Think you can get 80 in this place?
Yeah.
Wow.
They used to let us stop and let people try to walk it, but for safety reasons, we can't do that anymore. We'd always have somebody on the tour that was determined that they were going to do it. They'd get part of the way up, lose their balance, and roll back down, so they won't let us do that anymore. Only way you can really do it is to get down on all fours and crawl. But then when you get up there, you can't turn around and come back. You keep falling face forward. So when you get up there, you've got to come back down. You go on your all fours backwards. All these marks that's on the wall, like right there at turn 2, that's all from the May race. All of this will be repainted before the October race. Now the track, no, they won't bother it, but the wall right up there, that white wall will be repainted before the October race. Now we come in the north tunnel a while ago. This right here, we're going over it now, is the south tunnel. I mentioned that we had an airport over there. A lot of the drivers hire people to drive their motorhomes in, and they set it up. They fly in like Wednesdays or Thursdays, leave their plane over there, come under through the tunnel, and go out to their motorhome, and it's already set up for them. And then Sunday, when the race is over, they go back through the tunnel and go back out and get their plane and take off wherever they want to go. And then whoever has the motorhome, I call it unplug it, because that's what they do. They unplug it and take it to where the next race is going to be. Now, we did have some stands back here called the Allison Grandstands. Back as long as I can remember, I've lived and growing up enough, I lived about 10 minutes from the Allisons. They had Bobby and Donnie and Davy, Neil Bonnet and Red Parker. When we opened Talladega here, they were already racing 2 different tracks in Birmingham. Well, they started racing here. So the stands were called Allison stands. But like I told you a while ago about those jumbo screens, the people on the front stretch could see the front, but couldn't see the back. And then the people back here at the stands couldn't see what was going on in the front. So they tore these stands down. They used the material to make the party areas at each end. And then they did the big jumbo screens so people there can see what's going on back here. But then all of this, all the way down to that Sprint sign, is all motorhomes now sitting up on that bank. So now they've got the material to come in, and they're going to build 2 big jumbo screens back here, so all the people in the motorhomes back here can see what's going on. When they took the Allison stands down, they still wanted to keep the Alabama game, as a favorable mention. So they dedicated the back stretch to the Alabama game super stretch. So this is called the Alabama game super stretch back there. Now, coming through that tunnel a while ago, there's no way you can get a big truck or a motorhome through that tunnel. During the week, the cars are out here practicing and testing, but at 5 o'clock every day, they shut the track down. About 5:15, 5:20, they make sure there's nobody left on the track. And then they open these 4 gates right down here, and this is where they let the big trucks and motorhomes come in. They open at about 5:30, and they have them staged out there in this huge parking lot. 1 row, and then the 2nd row, and the 3rd row. And then when they open these 4 gates, they all come piling in. They usually leave this open from like 5:30 in the afternoon to like 6 o'clock the next morning to keep all that traffic flowing. And then the next morning about 7 o'clock, they open the track back up and let the cars start running. We're doing 30. That's about as fast as they'll let me drive out here. We did have those old black metal seats out here. And the sun would be shining down, and they'd be so hot. When you first sat down, if you had shorts on, you burned the back of your legs. So we finally got all that swapped out. We got these polyurethane seats up here now. They made them a little bit wider. They got a cup holder in them. The people say they're a whole lot cooler and a whole lot more comfortable than those other seats we did have. I understand before I started doing this, the tour thing, that they sold all those seats on eBay, and just the price that some of those people paid for some of the